Hey everyone, it is Monday, October 3rd. The time is 5:34 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 12 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at Yonge and Danforth. Well, that is Davenport Road just in front of me, but on the other side of the street, it becomes Church Street. And there's my 9-bot Max. And for this one, I'll be hopping on the e-scooter and going for a ride around the east side of downtown, making my way over to Riverside, and then I'm going to head east along Queen Street and head up one of the hottest streets in the city. I guess that's a good way to say it, and that'll be Craven Road. And I'll find my way up to Danforth and probably finish up somewhere around there. So all right, let's get moving. And this is south down the west side of Yonge Street. And just on the right is the Yorkville neighborhood. So I'll be making a left up here at Bloor Street East. And there's the reference library on the left. I'm not sure exactly how long this will take or how much distance will be covered, but I did turn on my Strava app. So at the end of the ride, if I remember to, I'll let you know that info. And this is Yonge and Bloor. And the scramble crossing is in effect. And now it's east on Bloor Street East. So I think I'll head over to Sherbourne and then I'll make my way south. So I'm kind of going in a large U shape. And when I cross the Don River, I'll be entering the Riverside and Leslieville neighborhoods. Well, Riverside is a part of Riverdale. I was actually there earlier today, recording a walk that went down Broadview Avenue. For some reason, I always like riding along this stretch of Bloor Street. I don't quite know what it is, although I'll be skipping out on my favorite part on this one, and that's the Prince Edward Viaduct. Sounds like maybe a fire truck headed in this direction. Gotta be careful with right turning vehicles there. And as I was making my way down Yonge Street, just south of Yonge and Davisville, there's a three-way intersection, and I was stopped at a red light, and a girl was crossing, and whipping around me was a cyclist going full steam ahead right through the red light, and he narrowly created a big problem. He just missed hitting her, and she was rather startled. This is Sherbourne Street, so I'm going to turn right here. There's someone with an action camera mounted on their helmet. And just on the left is the St. Jamestown neighborhood. I think I'll make my way over to River Street. It's been a while since I've gone for a ride down river. That's the most eastern of the major north-south streets in downtown, although it doesn't stretch all the way north up to Bloor. That's two cyclists turning in front of me, and neither one looked to see if anyone was coming. And here is Wellesley Street West. So let's make a left here. There's a little turning box. So we'll go along Wellesley and head into Cabbagetown, then I think I'll take Parliament down to Gerrard, and then Gerrard over to River. And I'm planning a walking video that I'll head through Cabbagetown pretty soon. I almost went out and did that one today, but I opted to do Broadview instead. Again, that's St. Jamestown on the left, Cabbagetown on the right. And the temperature said it was just 1 degree warmer in the afternoon, but it felt much hotter than this. It really cools off in the evenings now. Welcome to fall in Canada. So this is south on Parliament Street through the retail area of Cabbagetown. There's also a little stretch of retail on Carlton and Gerrard, but this would be the main one. Gas, $1.53.9. This is Winchester Street. I'm not sure what all this construction is here. If you know what they're doing, are they just resurfacing the road? Well, either way, if you know what's going on, let me know down in the comments. It's a fair bit of work. this is Carlton Street coming up. Might be a good idea to turn left on Carlton here. Yeah, let's do it. And we'll go into the residential part of Cabbagetown. And at the end of Carlton, straight ahead, is Riverdale Park West. But let's turn right at Sackville here. This will take me down to Gerrard, then I'll turn left, and then right onto River. I imagine in a few weeks these leaves will start to change colors. That was Spruce Street. So just south of Gerrard Street up ahead is the Regent Park neighborhood. And that used to be full of old Victorian homes. That was cleared out for a large housing project. This is east on Gerrard Street. And straight ahead on the other side of the river is East Chinatown. Oh, this isn't very cyclist friendly here. That was Sumac Street. And this should be River coming up. So once again, I'll get to hop back into a bike lane. And I'll take that south, probably all the way down to Queen. At least I think there's a bike lane here. Sign says maximum 40. Joke's on them, this thing can only go 30. And that old brown apartment building on the right will soon be redeveloped as part of the next phase of the Regent Park redevelopment. This is Dundas Street East. And tomorrow afternoon, I'll be hopping in a car and going on a long drive. And I'm planning on live streaming the drive and also making a video. That should all be well known to everyone by the time this video is uploaded. And here is Queen Street. So I want to go left here. I also could have gone straight and just gone left at King, as King and Queen merge together here. There's a look at the Humane Society. And just south of King Street, straight ahead, River becomes Lower River, and that heads into the Canary District. There was a 503 Kingston Road streetcar. That would normally be just south of there on King Street. But streetcars are diverting around King. There's a lot of track work going on still. I probably just should have crossed as a pedestrian and hopped off this thing rather than wait for the full light cycle. Oh well. We should just be able to clear the intersection. Nope. I spoke too soon. All right, we'll get the next one. There goes a 501 Queen streetcar. So far I've traveled 4.5 kilometers. Come on, light. All right, 10 seconds. And there doesn't appear to be any oncoming traffic to attend to or deal with. Knocked my camera there. I hope I didn't put the camera angle out of sorts. Ironic that I waited for the light to change. Well, it seems to be okay. So you'll notice there's a stop sign on the right. That's for King Street traffic. They need to stop and yield to traffic that's already on King or Queen. And this is the Queen Street Viaduct. As we are heading over the Don River as well as Bayview Avenue and the Don Valley Parkway, leaving downtown and heading into Riverdale. And as mentioned, this would be the Riverside neighborhood. Crosswalk light is blinking, but there's nobody using it. here is Broadview Avenue. I'm not sure how long Cafe TO will be running for. That's the sidewalk patio program. I imagine that would be wrapping up pretty soon. Although we're supposed to have a week with a number of days in the 20s again, so we'll have some summer-like weather if that pans out. So once I cross this underpass coming up, I'll be leaving Riverdale and entering Leslieville. And then Craven Road, which I mentioned, will be coming up on the left. And there will be an Ontario line station right at this point, at some point in time, maybe another 12 years from now. Mexican restaurant's quite good. I went there in the spring. Barrio. And here's Logan Avenue. So if you're riding east-west, there are bike lanes on Eastern Avenue, just to the south of here, as well as Dundas, just to the north. I don't think we'll ever see them along Queen, but at least there's alternatives. That's Carlaw Avenue. I got two people on that e-bike in front of me. I'm curious if they're exceeding the weight limit or weight restriction. That can put a lot of extra wear on your motor and of course the battery. There's a westbound 501, so that one will be going as far as Roncesvalles. Queen Street is the longest streetcar line in the city, terminating at Long Branch to the west, which is right on the border of Mississauga. There's a Dave's Hot Chicken. And the R.C. Harris water plant to the east. Just kind of tiptoeing its way into Scarborough in the Beaches neighborhood. And looks like we have arrived at Jones Avenue. There's a great little brewery right here on the right called Bandit. This would be Leslie Street. All right, so I think Craven Road isn't until after Greenwood. Oh, there's a Jules Bistro here. I think about a year and a half or 2 years ago, I did a dedicated walking video up Craven, and that was suggested to me by a viewer named Funny Dog. And this would be my first time returning since then. And a bunch of motorcycles on that U-Haul. So this is Greenwood Avenue. I remember hopping off the streetcar here when I did that video up Craven. There's a streetcar facility on the right. Occasionally you'll see some of the older streetcars out in front. Although it looks like the whole thing is under construction right now. Connaught Avenue. So there's a street called Ashdale Avenue. And that is connected to Craven Avenue, or Craven Road, in a really interesting way. So when I see that, I know I'll be turning left at the next street. That is Kent Road. There is Ashdale Avenue. And here's Craven Road on the left. I'm going to wait for this traffic to break up here. Make sure there's no one behind me. So what is really unique about Craven Road is it's got this long, continuous wooden fence on the left side. And those are the backs of homes on Ashdale Avenue. And on the right side, you've got a lot of much smaller properties than what you'll find on Ashdale, although some people have kind of sold out and built very un-Craven-like road houses on the street. This was traditionally a street occupied by blue-collar workers, like construction workers, bricklayers, and that sort of thing. And Ashdale Avenue on the left was a much more white-collar street with much bigger homes. And there was a property dispute. So in 1910, the city bought up this stretch of land where the fence is, and they built this small road. And it created this interesting divide between Ashdale and Craven. And I think this area has been dubbed Tiny Town. And I think it's a one-way street heading north all the way up. Here is Dundas Street, which is quite enough that there's just a stop sign here. And maximum speed 30. There's some of the older, smaller homes next to a couple of newer ones. I think I read nowhere else in the city will you find so many lots this small together on one street. That one there, 215, has got to be one of the smallest homes. And that home, that is rather slanted. And there's a car coming up. Some interesting art on the wall here. And this runs between Queen, where I just was, to the south of here, and goes north all the way up to Danforth, although it does get interrupted by the rail line and Monarch Park, and it resumes its way north of Monarch Park. I won't be making it up that far. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like a very Japanese-inspired house. Reminds me a lot of the house in Kensington Market. Right next to something resembling more of a traditional worker's cottage. Truly a fascinating street. I think this is Gerrard Street East coming up. And this is Little India. Sun to the west is pretty fierce. And the fence continues. Halloween decorations already going up. All right, it says no exit up ahead. There might be a way out. I think there's a pedestrian path, but I'll just turn right here. Then we'll make a left at Coxwell. And I'll take that up to Danforth. So that is it for Craven Road. Again, you can find a walking video I did along Craven, not sure exactly when, maybe about 1.5 years or 2 years ago. And this is the street that turns into Gerrard Street if you continue straight. That's interesting. I'm going to make as the pedestrians do. So Gerrard Street goes south here a few blocks and then resumes. So this is north up Coxwell. I'll take this to Danforth. Old Coxwell stables on the left. Not sure what the story is behind those. And if you're heading north-south up this part of town, there are bike lanes on Greenwood as well as Woodbine. And you could go left at this street just up ahead and head over to Monarch Park. There's Monarch Park Collegiate Institute just on the left. And we have arrived at Danforth Avenue. And I do not think riding east here will be a very good time, at least not from a video point of view. Look at that, that is right into the sun. Let me take a look at what it's like from the bike lane on the north side of Danforth Avenue here. Doesn't seem so bad. I think if the sun peeks out though, it's just going to be a screen full of glare. Just like this. He looks this road here is Monarch Park Avenue. Let's see here, so far we've traveled 10.23 kilometers. The sun is peeking through. So I didn't realize it, but I just went by a really cool restaurant I went to last week called The Wren. And here is Greenwood Station, right at Linsmore. And I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. So I hope you enjoyed this one, starting just north of Yonge and Bloor, riding around the east side of downtown through Cabbagetown, over to River Street, and then to Leslieville and the beaches. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I should have mentioned up to the very interesting and quite odd Craven Road, and then up to Danforth. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. And I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing below these videos. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.